Hi everyone, welcome to another session by Civils 360 IAS Academy. We are continuing our sessions on government schemes. Today we are going to discuss about a topic that is called social and agroforestry. Why this topic in between schemes? Because there is a model rule that is proposed by central government in 2025 June. So first we will look into it. What is social forestry, what is agroforestry, then we will be going through these model rules proposed. Let's look at what is social forestry. Social forestry is a very old term that was first used in 1976. And social forestry means by engaging the community, by engaging the people, government is trying to protect, manage, conserve forest. They'll be doing afforestation in barren lands. They'll be doing afforestation in deforested areas. By all these means, government is trying to conserve the forest. So this can be seen as a forest conservation measure. By how? With the help of local community, they are doing afforestation in barren lands or in deforested lands, and that will result in management and protection of forest areas. This is what is social forestry. Now, about the classification of social forestry. Social forestry can be with three components, that is agroforestry, extension forestry and farm forestry. We look into each of these. First, extension forestry. What is extension forestry? Say this is a road, this is a public road, or this is a canal embankment, that is also a public facility, right? In this available area, government is planting trees. That is what is called extension forestry. Now, what is farm forestry? If you are a farmer and you have some land, the government will be incentivizing you for cultivating trees in your farmland. That is what is farm forestry. That is converting your farm into a forest-like area. That is farm forestry. Now, most importantly, what is agroforestry? Apart from these two, agroforestry is like you have a farmland. In this land, you will be cultivating some crops. You will be planting some trees along with some livestock. So in agroforestry, what all will be there? There will be crops, there will be trees, and there can also be livestock. Livestock rearing can also be there. So including all these things, what is formed as agroforestry, what is called as agroforestry. Now, about agroforestry. In your farmland, if you are doing agriculture or planting crops with forestry or planting trees, it is called agri-silviculture. Okay. And if you are doing agriculture with livestock, it is called agri-pastoral system. And if you are doing all these three together, that is agroforestry, it's otherwise called agri-silvopastoral system. That is, you are having agriculture, planting crops, you are having silviculture, that is, you are planting trees, and you are having pastoral activities, that is, you are doing livestock rearing. All these constitute agroforestry. Now, what is the difference between agroforestry and social forestry? As I said earlier, social forestry is like you are engaging the whole community, and with that community participation, you are managing the forest. And in agroforestry, what we do is we are integrating trees with crops. Next thing is, primary objective of social forestry is to meet the basic needs of fuel, food, fodder, etc. That is, from the social forestry, what you are aiming to get is, you want timber, you want field for rearing your cattle, grazing of the cattle, and along with that you are getting some food items like So that is the objective of social forestry. Through agroforestry, what you're aiming is, you're aiming to improve the productivity of that farmland, improving the productivity of the farmland, along with environmental sustainability. This agroforestry will ensure environmental sustainability. So they are basically the same things, but the objectives are more wider for agroforestry. Now, the target group in social forestry is the collective community. That entire community engaged in this social forestry activity get benefited through social forestry. But in agroforestry, what it is like? It's like just focusing on some farms, right? So the farmers or the individual farmer who owns the land will get benefited more through agroforestry. Now, in social forestry, these plantations will be on common areas like some wetlands, roadsides, etc. In that common area, social forestry do activities. Whereas in agroforestry, it will be on the specific individual farms, right? Private farms, it will be on private farms. Now, this social forestry is backed by joint forest management programs. This is nothing but with the participation of the entire community, the forest management is done. That is what is called joint forest management. For agroforestry, there is something called National Agroforestry Policy 2014. That was a policy that is proposed in 2014, and we will be looking into it in the later sessions. So, National Agroforestry Policy that is backing agroforestry activities. This is all about the agroforestry and social forestry. Let's go to the MCQ. Just read the question. The question is like, what are the primary objectives of agroforestry? Read the statements. It enhances soil fertility. It reduces erosion. Is it right? Yes, of course, right? When you plant crops, trees, etc., the soil erosion will be less, and along with that, soil fertility will be increased. Now, diversifying farmer income. That's also right. Apart from these crops, farmer will get benefited from the timber products, the grazing, etc. Right? So, it will enhance the farmer income too. Now, it is conserving biodiversity. Obviously, yes, it is trying to conserve the forest. Apart from the forested land, non-forested areas, we are trying to make forest, right? So, it will be conserving biodiversity, which will also have an impact on climate. Now, it maximizing short-term yield. Is it a scheme or is it a program to maximize a short-term yield? No, obviously not. It's to have a long-term goal, right? So, this statement is wrong. 1, 2, 3 are correct and 4 is wrong. So, answer will be 3. That's all for the day. I hope all of you are clear with this. Thank you. See you on the next session.